Here in Asheville, North Carolina, the city and surrounding area are abuzz with Southern Conference basketball. It's tournament time, and Champ Week continues with our second semifinal game this afternoon on the women's side. Wofford and Furman, upstate South Carolina rivals, getting ready to do battle. The winner moves on to Sunday's noon championship game against the Mercer Bears. And welcome back in, along with Robin Muller, Pete Hannity with you. So Wofford and Furman meet for a third time today during the regular season. Terriers knocked off the Paladins in both games for the first time ever. They're schools that are geographically close, but how are they different once they get on the court?
Well, a little bit of a contrast. Wofford is more of a perimeter team. They get some perimeter action, especially from their leading scorer, Jackie Carmen, whereas Furman and their leading scorer, Tiara Hodges, powered on the inside. But their roles were reversed in their game to come into this. In particular for Furman, you have Tate Walters, who had an exceptional game in her first go-around. Tate Walters set a career high with 26 points, and 5 of her 8 made field goals were from behind the arc. She really picked up some slack when Tiara Hodges was struggling on the offensive end. Of course, you got defensive prowess and rebounding from Hodges throughout the night. And then for Wofford Terriers, another player that stepped up was Alexis Tomlin. Again, in the post, she scored her career high at 20 points, had 11 boards, and where Jackie Carmen couldn't quite get into the rhythm, she was the go-to.
What a great game it was in the quarterfinal battle for Tomlin, the new career high of 20 points, and she also added a big rebounding effort with 11. So as we get ready for the rivals to collide again, let's go courtside to the third member of our team, Erin Summers. Erin?
Thanks, Pete. Furman head coach Jackie Carson called yesterday's game against Chattanooga an absolute dogfight, and she expects this tournament to be that way the rest of the way. In order for her team to be able to focus throughout that, they set 3 goals for themselves this weekend: to play harder than their opponent, to have fun, and to execute. Forward Tiara Hodges said that if they can take care of those 3 things, the rest will take care of itself, no matter how big the fight is, guys.
Erin mentioning Jackie Carson, the pride of being able to coach at her alma mater, Furman, where she was a 2-time Socon Player of the Year. The Wofford Terriers, if you will, a relative newcomer to being in championship contention in the Southern Conference, even though they joined the league back in the mid-90s. Tomlin picking up in this game where she left off yesterday.
Wofford using that advantage that they established yesterday and going into Tomlin right away. They're going to see her posting up Van Rice. And Van Rice isn't quite as mobile as Tomlin is, so she might get stalled a little bit in her defense.
There's this year's Socon Player of the Year, Tiara Hodges. Her first attempt had a slow start in their win against Chattanooga that eventually was decided in overtime on Thursday before picking it up. Freshman point guard Reagan Rapert on the left wing. Carmen can't get it to fall. Outen pushing the pace for Furman. From the wing, the attempt goes down for Nevaeh Henley. Terriers have missed their last 4 field goal tries, make it 5 straight. Outen defending Rapert. Third all-time meeting in the Socon tourney for the rivals. They've split the first 2. Hodges, baseline jumper.
Tiara Hodges leads the league in scoring. You see why.
Tomlin drives inside, had the size advantage on Outen and exploited it.
Welcome back to women's basketball here at the Socon tournament. Furman and Wofford going at it here early in the first quarter, and Furman is right back at it after playing the late game last night, going into overtime. Tate Walters, Tiara Hodges both played 45 minutes in that game. Grace Van Rye 41, Sydney James 39. That is a lot of minutes, and Coach Carson said we're definitely going to have to tough it through it today. We train really hard. We have a great strength and conditioning staff, and we're just going to have to get ourselves ready to go here today.
In the ball game last night, Janae Outen with the ball for the Furman Paladins. Played only 5 minutes, and she's been on the floor for most of this opening quarter. We're in the final 15 seconds of period number 1. Van Rye inside with the shot clock winding down. Puts Furman back in front. Terriers one final shot. Rapert can't get it to go. And that's how our first quarter will come to an end. Tight times in the third meeting of the year between the upstate South Carolina rivals. After one in our second semi, Furman up by 2. Opening quarter, Terriers tried to score close to the basket, 8 of their 11 points in the paint. Furman coming off a game which Chattanooga really did a number on them down low. Let's see if the Terriers try to exploit that. Chattanooga was plus 16 in the paint last night against the Paladins. That's a baseline jumper, though, for Tomlin.
Well, Tomlin does a great job of stepping out away from the basket and has that range. Both Hatton and Tomlin 4 apiece inside, and it certainly makes it more difficult for Furman to figure out who the person is to stop on the interior.
Sydney James, 32% beyond the arc.
James brought rain with that one.
Last time these teams met in the Socon Tourney was in 2019 when Furman got the win on their way to playing for the title. Schultz played at Irwin High just down the street from this arena here in Asheville. And now Raypert in the scramble with Walters, and Wofford forcing another turnover.
Johnson just holding her ground. We've seen that Tomlin has been successful kind of backing the deep defenders in, but the freshman holding her ground on that particular time.
James delivers again from the outside. Boone to Walters. Under 5 to play. Boone. That won't go, and that's how we arrive at halftime. That would have been a big emotional factor, I think, for each team heading into the break. Had that 3-point try by Grayson Boone fallen. Instead, Furman will take a 4-point advantage into the intermission instead of leading by 7. 28-24. Here's Aaron with Jackie Carson.
Coach, it's been a battle. You've gained a little bit of a lead here. What are some areas that you can make a little bit of adjustments to continue to build that lead?
I think we're playing with great intensity. We just got to have our execution on the offensive end needs to be a little bit stronger, and then just elevating as the game goes on. We know they're going to crash more. Some of the threes are not falling. They're a great shooting team, so we got to amp up our defense in the second half and just be ready to try to finish the game.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Jackie Carson's Paladins are 16-3 this season when they lead at the half. They had to work overtime last night. Alexis Tomlin making them work down low, but the Furman Paladins own the advantage, trying for a first win in 3 meetings this season against their rivals, Wofford. Furman the 4-point lead, trying to knock off a Wofford team that's 2-10 this season when trailing at the break as we get ready for the second half here in Asheville of our second semifinal game. Welcome back in with Robin Muller, Pete Hannity alongside, and campus is separated by about a half-an-hour drive, close in proximity. We expected a tight battle. We've gotten it so far.
Yeah, it's been a dogfight, and I expected to trade punch for punch all the way down to the end. We've gotten good play, though, from a variety of people on each team. Right now, the post players are carrying this Wofford team, and in particular, Alexis Tomlin picking up where she left off from yesterday. She's doing it on both ends of the floor offensively, positioning herself well, really taking on Grace Van Rijs. But she's also been a factor on the defensive end. Been able to block some shots, get some takeaways. Been very active on both ends. For Furman, got Tiara Hodges starting to heat up. She's playing like the top scorer in the league. Been able to find her range that she struggled with yesterday, knocking down some long-range shots. But she's also been mixing it up on the inside. She has 8 rebounds currently in this ball game.
And let's get more as we get ready for the third quarter courtside from Aaron Summers. Aaron?
Wofford head coach Jimmy Garrity said he's been happy with the way that the Terriers have been playing defense. He said that offensively they're just hesitant for some reason. They're not letting their shots fly when they're open, and he said that's especially the case from outside. Right now we're just 2 of 11 from beyond the arc, and the Furman, they're 5 of 13. So he said that we really need to increase those numbers from outside.
Wofford won by 5 in Greenville, then by 18 in Spartanburg to get their first ever regular season sweep in the series, but they will try to battle back. They did lead by as many as 4 in the opening half, and their veteran leader, Jackie Carmen, their top scorer, delivers the first points of the third quarter. Walters, 10 on the shot clock. Houghton Henley defended by Luke. Shot clock winds down further. Hodges realizes it from the elbow.
How many clutch shots have we seen in this tournament from any team in which they are watching the clock wind down and they find that shot?
Outen defends. Hodges with Tomlin backing in on her. Tomlin off the glass, signature move. She's got a dozen.
It's nice.
32 points in the tourney so far.
Wofford was able to isolate Tomlin, get all the traffic and the help side defense further away, have that two-person game, and Tomlin coming up with the points that Wofford really needed. She is the leading scorer on this Wofford team.
Raypert, right past the defender, Boone.
Nice move by Raypert. She knew that she had the ability to get past her, but also that finish.
Sydney James. Robin, coaches like you love it when a player is shooter ready.
Exactly. She had her feet square. She had laser eye on the basket. Nothing but net.
Nevaeh Henley gives it to James. Shovels to Hodges. Can't get the turnaround to fall. Let's send it over to Aaron.
Tierra Hodges winning the Socon Player of the Year award made it seem like everything was done in the eyes of Jackie Carson, and she told her that you don't need to worry about proving anything here in this tournament. You've already done that, so just go out there and play your game. Do whatever you can do to be you. And Tierra Hodges said yesterday when she wasn't getting her shots with all that meant, doing those little things like you just mentioned, Robin, offensive rebounding, defensive rebounding, but then the hustle plays, getting after the ball, and then affecting the game with her intensity on the defensive end. There's a lot of things that she can do, as she said, to provide for this team, and it worked out in the end.
Hodges had it taken away on the defensive end. Terriers pulled within one on the Raypert jumper. They go for another lead, and Lutz gives it to him. Terriers unable to take advantage of it. Raypert missing the free throws, a 90% foul shooter. Walters, another big three for the sophomore out of Buford, Georgia. Coming up on a minute to go in the third quarter. 1-point game. Arch rivals battling for a chance to play for a title. Henley, no. Van Rye is there.
That's a big rebound for Van Rye, as that ball just came off flat and she was on the inside. Gonna have to find a quick shot here.
And on the wing, Henley beats the buzzer.
That play some defense still.
Final 5 seconds. Carmen can't get it to fall. Hatton, not sure that would have counted had it gone, but the Furman Paladins in a back and forth third quarter maintain the same 4-point advantage they had when period number 3 began. So we head to the fourth. The rivals going at it here in Asheville. Van Rye backs in on Matthews, has the size. Good job by Matthews, the native of New Zealand, defending.
That's a nice box out after the shot by Grace Van Rye.
And Carmen goes past Van Rye and one.
Welcome back to women's conference tournament action here, semifinal day. Furman up 2, and I'm here with the men's basketball coach, Bob Ritchie, who's brought the team. They're here supporting. You were here yesterday, too, for the games. Why was it important for you guys to come out today?
Well, we have a really good relationship with our women's team. Jackie and I are good friends, and we've just really enjoyed following them all year. They play really hard, and our guys wanted to be here. So we came up last night and came to the game, enjoyed dinner, practiced this morning, and we're able to come back today.
That's awesome. We're looking forward to seeing you guys start your tournament action tomorrow night.
Yeah, first round's going to be a good one tonight, and then we're ready to play tomorrow night at 6.
Thanks. Enjoy the rest of the game.
All right, sounds good.
Pete?
Wofford won the 2 regular season meetings on the women's side. Furman, for the first time in men's play in several years, made it a regular season sweep of the Terriers. Henley, big game for her so far. No, James the rebound.
How about James coming in right between 2 big post players for Wofford. Not only getting the rebound, but a quick stick back. You've got to think that sometime fatigue may be a factor for her.
Raypert, that time, she's a factor on the offensive end. Makes it a 1-point game. Walters ahead. James catches. Another great finish inside.
Talk about threading a needle. Finding the shot that they like.
Henley again for 3. Can't get it. James backside rebound. Out high, Walters wide open. Hodges Tiara Hodges, 12 points, her 11th rebound. Helped put the Furman team up by 5.
Well, Furman definitely dominating on the glass and showing that they're just going to get after any loose ball, any shot coming up. They are ready to go and rebound.
Got a timeout on the court. Each team coming up with an answer, but what a great feed inside from the fine guard to the player of the year. Rayford. Inside on James, who has a size advantage and uses it.
Try to put Furman on their heels.
Rayford way under. In the corner, Lutz. Lutz on the drive. Tough shot. Hatton the rebound. And the putback. First time Furman's been in its offensive end of the court here in a while.
They need to be patient with this, allow the shot to come to them.
Hodges, beautiful feeds.
And if ever a shot's going to come to you, it's going to come from that young lady.
Rayford, the freshman, defending the sophomore Tate Walters for Furman. Shot clock at 10. Hodges over Tomlin. Gets the roll.
It's a huge roll on that one. A great bounce. And now 30 seconds left in this ball game. And somehow...
Three-point try, Rayford, no! Rayford from way downtown, no. Rebound taken off the floor, Van Rye. The buzzer will sound, and the Furman Paladins will celebrate at midcourt a semifinal win, heading to Sunday's title game against the Mercer Bears.
You know that one hurts for the Wofford squad. They worked really hard, and third time was a charm for the Furman Paladins. A lot of excitement by the bench, and now they have a day to relax, sort of, but prepare for Mercer on Sunday.
That is an emotional win for this Furman team. Not just the emotions of winning a Socon semi, but able to respond, and when they needed to most, come through with a victory against their arch rival. Aaron Summers over near the Furman bench. She's going to visit with the Southern Conference Player of the Year. Oh, we thought she was going to visit with Tiara Hodges. She will in a moment. Hodges wanted to huddle up with her team one more time. There's Tiara facing us.
And they have wanted to write their name in on the bracket once again.
Boy, players set goals. I would think most players set individual goals. They have team goals as well. And one win away from fulfilling that for Tiara Hodges, who now visits with Aaron.
Thanks, Pete. You had to put that sticker on. I know this has been a battle. 2 really intense games. What did it take to get the win today?
It took trust. Like, we've been in all these situations before. We've been in overtime situations where we've lost and we've learned from it. But we believed. We believed from the beginning, from being down, being up. We knew that we knew we can win this. We knew we deserved to be there. And we practiced and practiced for this. We practiced for these moments, and we practiced and we executed well. I'm so proud of us.
Your coach talks about you as a leader. How are you able to lead this team today?
They trust me. They trust me to make big shots. They trust me to just be there for them and help them rebound and get them more shots. And I've been in the gym and I've worked on it, so just trusting myself and the work I've put in.
All right, you get 1 day of rest, and then you get to be back here for the championship game. How much are you looking forward to it?
Oh my gosh, I've been waiting since last time we lost to them in championship by 3. It's time. It's time, and I believe we're ready.
Thank you so much. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Tiara Hodges, 19 double-doubles on the season with her effort today, 20-12. Furman and Mercer, after taking Saturday off to celebrate their respective wins in the semis to rest up, will go at it at noon right here on Sunday. During the Southern Conference season, the Paladins went 10-4. The Mercer Bears went 13-1. Their only loss on their home floor against Furman. That sets the stage for Sunday, Robin.
Yeah, I think that we are going to see a battle of epic proportion between those two teams, and Furman knows they can take it to the wire with Mercer. So look out, buckle up.
Here we come. Robin Muller, Aaron Summers, Pete Hannity, so long. Men's games coming up beginning at 5. We'll see you then.